don't look at poverty as the enemy. I gotta dance with it. Why? Because if I run from it, it's gonna chase me down. If I run from it, every move I make, I'm gonna look over if I run from it, every time I spend $1, I'm gonna check my bank account to see how close I am to poverty. If I run from it, every time I make a move, every time I go on a trip, if I run from it, every time I make an investment, I can't lose the money because I'm running from poverty. But if I dance with it, I let it know, look, I'm here. Ain't no more running. You not the opponent. You my dancing partner. You just a constant reminder of where I come from. So I'm gonna look you in the face. I'm asking you, what is going to trigger you to triumph? And today I want to start off tonight's show with, what if I said to you that one belief can change your whole entire life? Not an inheritance, not an investment, not a job, but a belief. A belief that triggers something in you. And when I think about triggers, Jose, I think about something that is ignited, right? It sparks something. It sparks motivation. It sparks tragedy. It sparks trauma. It sparks so many different things in us. For some people, losing a job can trigger a state of depression. For some people, losing a job can trigger triumph. It can trigger you to do your own thing. It can trigger you to start that thing that you always in your heart knew that you really wanted to do. I'm talking to you, but I'm speaking of myself. I remember walking on that job, cool, being in love with the idea of investing, being in love knowing what the market can do. And I walked on the job one day as an iron worker, building a power plant in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and the foreman said to me, "Free, we need you to cut your beard." I said, "Nah, man, I'm not doing that." And everybody around me was like, "It's just some hair, bruh." I said, "It's just some hair for you, but what happens when they need me to do something else that I don't want to do? What happens when they tell me, you can't go see your daughter this week because we need you to work, and if you don't stay here, we're gonna fire you?" Like, I couldn't let them have that much control over me. There's moments in your life where you just get fed up with everything and something gets triggered. And so I asked the foreman, I said, "Listen, if I don't cut my hair off, what's the consequences?" He said, "Well, you'll be suspended for 3 days." I said, "But if I'm suspended for 3 days and I come back, do I still gotta cut it?" He said, "Of course." I said, "So what's the purpose then in suspending me?" I said, "Better yet, don't give me the rest. Just get my stuff." And he said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, I'm good, man. Go get my stuff. I'm gone." And I remember getting my tools, putting them in the back of my car at the time. Me and my partner was renting out our apartment in Lake Charles. And I sat on the porch for a second. He worked the day shift, I worked the night shift. And we were stacking our bread. But I was living off 30% of my income. So 70% of my money was going to the market. And I remember sitting on the step. And I had an uncle. He was in Africa at the time. And he sent me this bag of red sand. And it was like 2 weeks prior to that. And he said, man, the motherland looks amazing. And I remember going in the house, in the apartment, getting that sand. It was sitting there and I just was looking at the sand. It's a true story here. My dog Ghost still got that dirt. And I remember just playing with that dirt. And I remember just thinking, freedom. And we were always call a power plant the plantation. We would always call the power plant the plantation. Man, where you going? Man, I'm headed to the plantation, man. Man, plantation whooped me today, bruh. Man, they got all that cotton on me today, bruh. Right? And we said it in a joking way. But in our heart, we felt that way. And I remember sitting on that porch, man, in Lake Charles, just putting the dirt in my hand. And my partner Ghost come out the house, out the apartment. And he said, Young, what you doing? I said, man, I just drug up. So in plant talk, drug up mean I took all my stuff, I packed my stuff, and I'm about to go. And he said, well, where you going at? He said, you want me to get you on a day shift? I said, man, you know what? I'm running away. You say, what? I said, bro, I'm running away from the plantation, bro. I ain't coming back. He said, my nigga. I said, yeah, bro, I'm tired. He said, what happened? I said, man, they want me to cut my beard, bro. And man, I ain't cutting my beard, bro, because what if I cut it today, they want me to cut it again next week. Next, they might tell me to shave my head, bro. I said, man, I'm running away, bro. And I remember walking to, I had a Chrysler 300 at the time. I remember going to my Chrysler. I said, man, come help me out right quick, bro. He said, for what? I said, because I'm going to give you all my tools. It's about $5,000 worth of tools. I said, bro, I'm going to give you all my tools. He said, what? I said, bro, come on. So I took my box. It took two of us. Sledgehammer, what we call them beaters. 10-pound beater, sleever bar, all my tools, $2,000 harness, bullpens. I say, bro, I'm straight, bro. So we took the lock, the box, lifted up, we put it on the back of his truck, gave him my hard hat, gave him my glasses. I said, hey, I'm running away, bro. He said, where you going? I said, man, I don't know, but I ain't coming back. I was triggered. For triumph. See, my mind didn't say, dang, like, I'm gonna go get another job. I knew for a fact that if I went to the next job, they had the power to do the same thing. That's just the industry I was in. So we think about Madam C.J. Walker being the first black woman to build a multi-million-dollar business. What triggered her to triumph? We think about Reginald Lewis building that amazing Bertrice conglomerate worth millions of dollars, even being worth $1 billion. What triggered him to triumph? When we think about O.W. Gurley coming up with Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Greenwood District, Black Wall Street, what triggered him to say, hey, we got these acres and I'm gonna give you the acre. Listen what he did. He said, I'm gonna give you the acre to build your business on. You pay it back to me. Triggered to triumph. See, what we gotta realize is, for me, the market isn't an opponent. For me, poverty is just a dancing partner for me. So I don't look at poverty as the enemy. I gotta dance with it. Why? Because if I run from it, it's gonna chase me down. If I run from it, every move I make, I'm gonna look over if I run from it, every time I spend $1, I'm gonna check my bank account to see how close I am to poverty. If I run from it, every time I make a move, every time I go on a trip, if I run from it, every time I make an investment, I can't lose the money because I'm running from poverty. But if I dance with it, if I dance with it, I let it know, look, I'm here. Ain't no more running. You're not the opponent. You my dancing partner. You just a constant reminder of where I come from. So I'm gonna look you in the face. I'm asking you, what is going to trigger you to triumph? What kills most of us, whether you black, whether you white, whether you Spanish, like what kills most of us is we're running from the thing we're supposed to be dancing with. Because when you run from it, that means there's a fear. A fear that it is planted, a fear that can be embedded, but most importantly, a fear that probably has been passed on. But when you dance with it, you're looking at it from a different perspective. When you dance with it, you're saying, we gonna enjoy the journey. But I need to keep you close as a reminder of what I'll never go back to. If I keep you close, I understand the emotion. If I keep you close, I understand the movements. But if I run from it, watch this. When you run from it, you may have escaped it physically, but emotionally and mentally, the thought, the feeling is still inside you. So you've been wired. No matter how far you run, the residue of poverty, the residue of lack, the residue is still inside you. And most of us can't escape the residue. This country was built off triumph. The people who triumphed in this country understood that they couldn't run from something. They decided to conquer something. It's hard, like, yeah, they conquered this and they stole this and listen, at some point, we have to conquer the fear. And so what is it that triggers us to triumph? What is it? When I look at my daughter, trigger. Trigger. Immediately I say, I don't never want her to experience what I experienced. I never wanted to know what it's like to sleep in an abandoned car. I never wanted to know what it's like to sleep in an abandoned house. I never wanted to know what it's like to sleep on a mattress that 8 to 10 people done smoke crack on, and 12 people stood in the front smoking crack, and the house smelled like crack. The house smelled like Primos. The house smelled like Click'ems. The house smelled like people smoking crack out of Pepsi cans. The house smelled like somebody cooking crack on the stove and somebody else using a microwave. The house smelled like it. I never wanted to experience that. Because there's another class of people, the triumph has exposed not just them. The triumph has exposed generations, a lineage of new expectations, of new possibilities. It set a new parameter. And the thing about parameters is they guide you. That sets some new parameters. But before you can build a portfolio out, you got to build the belief. We started off saying a new belief. A new belief in money, a new belief in freedom, but most importantly, a new belief in you. The biggest issue is we don't really have belief in ourselves. We've let the world, we've let the media, we've let our peer group decide for us what's possible. It's almost impossible for you to create new possibilities around people who don't believe in freedom. Because you can want to run away, you can want to get away, you can want to escape all you want. But if somebody keeps saying, hey, we gonna die out there. Somebody keep telling us that, how we gonna go? I was watching 12 Years a Slave the other day. In Kabul. A free man, watch this, got tricked out of his position into slavery for 12 years. But he never lost the idea of what freedom looked like. He never lost the taste of what freedom tastes like. He never lost the vision of what freedom, the possibilities that freedom had. He never lost the warmth of what sleeping in his own bed looked like, sleeping next to his wife felt like. He never lost the vision of getting up and putting his fresh suit on. Even in bondage, he still understood freedom because he was exposed to it. And so he could not comprehend what the other slaves felt because this was new to him. He was like, yo, I feel you, but this ain't my reality. I'm not stuck here. And just maybe, if you got a taste of what I've tasted, you wouldn't be stuck here either. And so during the course of his journey, he just kept adapting, but he never gave up on freedom. He took beatings. He took verbal abuse. But he adapted. But he never lost the taste for freedom. But here's the most important part that I love about it. Surrounded by so many people that never felt freedom, he never let any one of them convince him that slavery was his reality. He never let them convince him that slavery was his new norm. He never let them indoctrinate him into being just a cotton picker. He adapted. He maneuvered. He played the game. And every time he saw an opportunity, he went for it. And even when things didn't go his way, he still went for it. Now, here's the thing. Every last one of us has experienced it. Freedom. In one way or another. You had a taste of it. But some kind of way along the journey, you've let the people around you convince you that freedom was imagination and that the financial slavery is the norm. And so every time you talk to them, you let them indoctrinate you on the way that they think, instead of you indoctrinating them on the way that you think. A belief. Jose, I remember being in a cell, bruh. Surrounded by killers, drug dealers, carjackers, dope dealers, robbers, rapists. And the white man said, you playing the wrong game. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, how can I be playing the wrong game if you ain't here with me? But all he did was plant a belief. He showed me the paperwork, 2.8 million, 800,000 restitution, and he kept 2 million. He was serving 18 months. I was doing 10 years. He said, I will come home to 2 million while you're still in prison. And if I did it again, the most they can give me the next time is 5 years. You will still be in prison. He said, stocks is the easiest way to build wealth. You start a business, because America gonna reward you for adding value to the marketplace in real estate, so you don't have to pay taxes. He said, if you remember them 3, you'll be successful in America. I'm 16 at the time. I didn't know nobody who invested in stocks. My grandmother had a business, but she had passed away. So I knew nobody else in my circle who had a business. And I knew nobody who invested in real estate besides getting a crack house. That was my version of real estate. That's my trap house. In New Orleans, it's a shotgun double. It's a house where you step on it, you see the front door, you see over to the back door, and it's two of them together. Or it might be four of them. It's a shotgun double or a shotgun fourplex. That's the closest you had to owning real estate. It was, I got this trap house. But he planted a belief in me. And that belief triggered something in me. And every time I would watch the stock market in prison, I would look at these white men and say, bruh, there's no way possible that they are smarter than me. I survived the streets. You ain't gonna tell me, and this is no shade, you're not gonna put Warren Buffett in this environment and tell me he gonna survive. You can't put Bill Ackman in this environment, in New Orleans, uptown, and tell me they gonna survive. You can't tell me you're gonna put Ray Dalio, Donald Trump. You can't put them in that environment and tell me they gonna survive. But boy, I tell you, if you give me the information and you put me in that environment, I promise you I'll survive. Because my skin already tough. I can't lose my life here. I could just lose some money. I've been losing money my whole life. Ain't no way they're smarter than me. Ain't no way they can navigate this game better than me. Only thing they got different on me, on you, is they got information. So our goal is to not really be better than them. It's just to get the information. And so with Trappin' Tuesdays, our goal each and every week is to just expose you to the information. Our goal each and every week is not to just leave you with a notepad full of notes. It's not to leave you here excited. It's to leave you here one step closer to dominating the game. I want you to be better than me, fam. Because guess what? For every one of us that win, that's another family that done broke the chain. For every one of us that build that portfolio out, for every one of us that get in the options market and get them profits, guess what? That's another chain broken. That's another generation of freedom. That's another set of people that got the information. I want you to be better than me, fam, because the race ain't with me. I just want to put you on a financial underground railroad. I just want to show you how to get away. I want you to see me and say, damn, that's what freedom look like? I want you to see me and not only be inspired, not only to be motivated, but I want you to rock with me and say, I'm equipped because of that dude. I want you to rock with me and say, because of that dude, I understand how the game is played. I want you to look at me and say, hey, Trap, you showed me $1 million, I'm gonna show you 2. Hey, Trap, you showed me 4, I'm gonna show you 8. Hey, Trap, you bought a building from the market, I bought an apartment complex from the market. I want you to be better than me, fam. My race ain't with you. My race is to help. I'm trying to get back as fast as I can to help as many of us. And I'm gonna make some mistakes along the way. Cause I ain't owe money. That freedom new to me.